Good morning. Hope you are doing well, One Point Partners. Today's market, the bond and mortgage market seem to be numb to the news cycle, meaning it takes something big to influence rates to go up right now. Oil is still elevated, the price of oil. This conflict is still going on, all kinds of things happening in the news. But the mortgage market and the shrunken nature of mortgage spreads between the mortgage rates and the bond market continues to slowly improve. Uh, One big piece of news is that the investigation into Jerome Powell's handling of the building renovation has been closed, which means that members of Congress who were going to block the nomination of nominee Kevin Warsh to be the new Fed chair now have no reason to do so and said they will allow his nomination process to proceed. Some think this guy's going to get in there and drop rates immediately. His history doesn't suggest that. And so this is one more of those. The last thing I'm going to do is try to predict what's going to happen. But looks like he will be taking over after this coming week's Fed meeting today and tomorrow. The Fed meets with Powell, and then Warsh should be in there in June, July, something like that. We'll see what happens. And here, mortgage rates are still holding steady in the fives and sixes. I intentionally took out that roller coaster graphic because we're on less of a roller coaster right now. We're kind of just floating right there in that fives and sixes space. And hopefully we float further and further down. I know rates go up like a rocket, come down like a feather, and hopefully they're going to continue that downward trend. This is something I tried to help you remember about changes in VA appraisals coming May 1st. So when you think VA paint, think 78, okay? The top line here, homes built in 1978 up to today, peeling paint is now considered cosmetic and does not need to be addressed. You're not going to have someone go in there and clean it all up for a VA mortgage. However, that middle section there is big. Homes built before 1978, the assumption is every house is all lead paint. And so if you do have a home built before 1978 that has peeling paint, stuff like that, it should be addressed. And the fine print here says it needs to be thoroughly washed or scraped or brushed until it's smooth and then uh, painted with two coats of a suitable non-lead paint. I don't know how they're going to say it's two coats, but just a good paint job, right? And it can be removed, and the surface can be covered with wallboard or plywood or something like that as well. And the bottom point here is interesting too. Detached structures like a shop or a detached garage may be excluded from all paint requirements, even before 78. Repairs on non-dwelling structures are only required if it poses a health and safety risk. If you have something that's leaning over or looks unsafe, like it could fall on top of a person or a child or something like that. So this is largely good stuff for VA appraisals. And you know what? I just wanted to have that much time with you today. I know you're busy, so we will see you this week. Thank you.